Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that completely flips the script on how we approach our own biology and daily energy. If you've ever tried to optimize your vitality, you definitely know the standard drill, right? You drink gallons of water, you pop your vitamins, and you just kind of hope for the best. But what if the science of cellular health has actually moved way beyond that? Today, we're exploring modern clinical approaches that entirely bypass the traditional waiting game of digestion to deliver instant physiological results. So, why do you still feel exhausted after drinking all that water and taking handfuls of oral supplements? I know so many of you have asked yourselves this exact thing. You put in immense dedication to your diet, you spend a small fortune on premium wellness routines, and yet you're still dealing with that heavy chronic fatigue and relentless brain fog. It is incredibly frustrating. Well, as you'll see, the issue really isn't your dedication. The issue is just your biology.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today's cellular rescue mission. First, the biological bottleneck. Next, bypassing the digestive system. Then, accelerating athletic recovery, followed by the NAD plus energy connection. And finally, we'll look at the clinical wellness experience.
Section 1. The biological bottleneck. First up, we really need to identify the internal biological villain here, the thing actively keeping us from absorbing all those wonderful nutrients we're consuming. Think of your gastrointestinal tract as a highly strict biological gatekeeper. When you swallow a capsule or drink a fluid, it doesn't just magically appear in your cells. It faces a complete gauntlet. It gets hit by harsh stomach acids, broken down by complex digestive enzymes, and then subjected to liver metabolism. It is a wildly destructive journey. And that brings us to this absolutely crucial concept, the first pass effect. This is the biological process where those powerful stomach acids and liver metabolism literally destroy a significant percentage of your ingested nutrients before they ever have a chance to reach your systemic circulation. This right here is the exact scientific reason why oral supplementation is so notoriously slow and inefficient. Your digestive system is basically degrading the very things you're trying to absorb. 20 to 30%. Yeah, that's the stark reality of traditional digestion. You might be dropping hundreds of dollars on premium vitamin capsules, but you're likely only absorbing about 20 to 30% of the active ingredients. The rest is literally just expelled as waste. Your body simply isn't getting what you paid for, and more importantly, your cells aren't getting what they desperately need to function. Section 2. Bypassing the digestive system. But thankfully, there is a scientifically backed shortcut that completely alters this frustrating biological equation, 100%. This is the real aha moment of our explainer today. When you use intravenous administration, IV therapy, you achieve a 100% absorption rate. Why? Because you are completely bypassing the digestive tract. The vitamins, vital minerals, and essential fluids enter your venous system directly. There is zero metabolic delay. Every single milligram of the treatment is put to immediate functional use by your body. And this brilliantly illustrates just how staggering the difference is. If you pop an oral capsule, you get that 20 to 30% absorption, and you're waiting 2 to 4 hours just to see an effect. Liquid supplements, slightly better, but they still suffer from stomach acid degradation. Intramuscular injections give you 80 to 90% over a day or two. But look down at that bottom row. Intravenous infusion gives you 100% absorption, with effects felt immediately or within an hour. The sheer speed and raw efficiency of direct blood delivery simply cannot be matched by oral methods when you need rapid replenishment.
Section 3. Accelerating athletic recovery.
So let's look at exactly how this 100% bioavailability applies practically to things like heavy physical exertion, muscle soreness, and even your immune defense. When you just drink water, oral fluid intake is a slow biological journey. Your body basically acts in triage mode. It hoards fluids for critical organs like your brain and heart first, leaving exterior tissues waiting around for relief. Contrast that with intravenous hydration. You get immediate systemic saturation. A liter of medical-grade saline instantly expands your blood volume and delivers oxygen to major organs and your skin, all at the same time. It replenishes your internal cellular reservoirs immediately, resolving that heavy physical fatigue in mere moments. And when it comes to intense exercise, whether you're marathon running or heavy weightlifting, you're actually creating microscopic tears in your muscle tissue. To rapidly repair that, your body needs specific essential building blocks. Through targeted IV infusions, clinics can directly supply potent amino acids, high-dose vitamin C, and zinc right into the bloodstream. These precise nutrients dramatically reduce the downtime between your intense training sessions. Honestly, this goes way beyond just muscle repair too. High-dose vitamin C safely dismantles viral structures and flushes built-up lactic acid right out of your muscles. And getting these sustained blood plasma concentrations is basically biologically impossible through standard oral consumption. Your digestive system just won't allow it. That makes IV therapy an incredibly powerful tool not just for athletic downtime, but for battling severe viral infections or navigating those harsh seasonal allergies.
Section 4. The NAD plus energy connection.
We've talked about hydration and recovery, but now we really need to look at the microscopic foundation of human vitality itself, your metabolic energy. So let me pose a question to you. What exactly is NAD+, and why does cellular health actually matter? I know it sounds like heavy biology, but NAD, or nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, is an indispensable molecule. It exists in every single living cell and acts as the central catalyst for cellular metabolism. It is the absolute core of how you generate energy. To understand this deeply, we gotta look at the mitochondria, the power plants of our cells. They generate ATP, which is the chemical energy currency you need for muscle contraction and brain function. But here's the catch. Mitochondria rely completely on NAD+ as an electron transporter to create that chemical energy. Without sufficient NAD+, our cellular power plants literally falter. They just can't convert the nutrients we consume into usable energy, leading directly to that muscle lethargy and chronic exhaustion. And if you've been feeling that exhaustion, well, your feelings are entirely validated by the science, because modern life is actively draining our cellular reserves. Just look at the factors that accelerate NAD+ depletion. It's not just natural chronological aging, though by middle age our reserves often drop by half. It's also high levels of alcohol consumption, intense physical training regimens, and chronic sleep disruption. These modern stressors are literally depleting the vital coenzyme that gives you your daily stamina. So how do we fix this cellular drain? Well, the research highlights a daily foundation for cellular support called Niagen. Niagen is a patented form of nicotinamide riboside, or NR. It's a highly efficient derivative of vitamin B3 that safely bypasses those metabolic bottlenecks we discussed earlier to actively elevate NAD+ levels in the body. It acts as a direct precursor, providing your body with the exact raw materials necessary to generate sustainable vitality directly at the cellular level. And the benefits are just profound, especially for your cognitive function. Our brains require massive amounts of cellular energy just to process information. When you optimize your cellular health with interventions like Niagen, you fuel the brain's massive energy demands. This helps clear brain fog, lets you think faster, and helps you remember more, all without relying on temporary crash-inducing stimulants like caffeine. Brain fog is not just an inevitable consequence of a demanding career, it's merely a symptom of dwindling cellular energy. Section 5. The clinical wellness experience. Now, knowing the science is only half the battle. Knowing where and how to safely and comfortably access these interventions is just as vital. When we look at facilities like Prime IV Hydration and Wellness in Wall Township, New Jersey, we see exactly what the standards should be. They offer an environment of uncompromising medical excellence. Treatments are administered exclusively by fully state-licensed medical professionals. They do comprehensive, personalized physiological consultations to customize every single 45 to 60-minute drip treatment for your unique biological deficiencies. And crucially, they operate under strict national safety and sanitation protocols, completely eliminating the stress of a sterile traditional hospital visit. In fact, taking charge of your health should be a calming, enjoyable experience. The source beautifully describes the facility as having state-of-the-art zero-gravity massage chairs in a remarkably peaceful atmosphere. Proactive health interventions should actually be incredibly relaxing. It's designed as a sanctuary where patients are highly encouraged to meditate, read, or just deeply relax while those essential nutrients seamlessly enter their system. So, that brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Are you ready to bypass the bottleneck and unlock your optimal cellular vitality? We've seen exactly how the digestive system limits us, and how IV therapy and NIG supplementation offer scientifically backed, direct cellular nourishment. The tools to optimize your internal functioning, heal faster, and reclaim your daily stamina absolutely exist. The only question is, when will you step past the biological gatekeeper and experience this wellness shortcut for yourself? Thanks so much for joining me today, and keep exploring the incredible science of your own biology.